Hey, y'all.
Hi.
Hey, welcome to the show. It's the
Welcome to the
Triple
show.
A's tonight, and we are
Can you hear you? You're muted.
Welcome to the show tonight. We are talking about melting ice and corruption. So, you're here with the Triple A's, and that is August, Aundria, and Anitra. And I'm pretty sure Anitra will pop a couple bars for us, and Andrea is definitely going to bring the funny. So, with that said, let's go ahead and get started. Melting ice. It has been cold out there. But there's a story we want to share with you that should warm your heart. So, let's go ahead and talk about what's going on because these young people making us proud.
All right, another story dealing with young people in our community is at North Central High School. Students protested ICE deployment across America.
At one point, dozens of students were involved in a walkout near 86 and Westfield Boulevard in Indianapolis. That's where our Ella Rhodes is now for us this afternoon. Ella, so tell us about what you witnessed. From what I heard, it got pretty chaotic there at one point.
It got extremely chaotic. There were at least around 400 students that walked out of school and came to this intersection that you mentioned, 86 and Westfield Boulevard. They completely took over the street here. There were just so many of them chanting out against ICE, protesting against ICE and those policies. Take a look at this video from earlier around 2 p.m. when the students walked out of class for this. They were holding handmade signs, lots of chanting. And it was really scary at first also because the snow is still on the ground. There's not shoulder or any safer place for them to stand. So a lot of the students were being, pushed into the street almost just because there wasn't a lot of space. And it's also extremely cold outside. But there were hundreds and hundreds of students out here, and IMPD quickly responded also to help with that crowd control and navigate traffic because several drivers were very confused, which is all of the children out. They were climbing on snow mounds and holding up flags of Hispanic and Latino countries. It was just really such an overwhelming presence of students taking to the streets. I reached out to MSD Washington Township earlier as well about this because this was planned by the students in advance. So I reached out to the school district. They told me that students are responsible for adhering to the code of conduct.
All right, we'll take a pause.
So I'm from Indiana, and this is about not in my county, but a county over. These young people at, I believe it's Hamilton Southeastern, they decided to and scheduled a walkout demonstration, and we'll show you some more footage later. And they did the damn thing. They got out there. It was sub-zero temperatures, and they walked out and they said, "F ice, we'll holler at you. Melt that shit, make it water." They was out there chanting and they're fighting, and I'm seeing these little things pop up all over. And I think this is how we win. It's the grassroots movement. It's the people united on with the same agenda. The kids, the grown-ups, we all have to fight, and they're not scared. And they're doing it. And look how many, well, you'll see in the footage later, how many of them it was. And they were excited and they were energized. And they're not even voting, but they want a future. They want a future.
The students are melting the ice. Let's say it. The students are
melting the ice. The students, the resistance is melting the ice because it's got that friction. It's not addiction. All I know
just to see the young people get out there and say, "No, we're not going back. We're not having this. We're the future, and we're moving forward." That takes a lot of guts. I mean, it takes a lot for you to want to stand up and be accounted. And I am so proud of them.
I'm so proud.
Their ice. So, Aundria,
we have to train our future whether we want to or not. And sometimes that's where I get in trouble, where I'll think somebody is immature and need to learn more, and other people don't want to tolerate. But if we don't take the time and teach our small ones, they'll never learn. They'll never learn. They need our help. They need our help. The school system is taking away books. It's taking away videos. It's taking away everything. And what they replaced it with Melania in a movie. Come on now.
And that was funny. I saw so many videos about that today,
That's hilarious.
showing that it was a
Mm-mm.
horrible, it was a
They
waste of
said if you want to be alone, go see the movie.
money.
Well, we're definitely going to touch on that, but we're just only talking about, and I like what Momo is saying out there, this is how we win.
Yes, it
You
is. It's how
have
we
to
win.
stand up. And I am just so proud of the young people. They're showing who they are because just like how we have Jazzy out there, we have Angry Army Vet, we have Momo. These and even Katie is out there. Hey,
And
Katie
I
girl.
know how
So
Katie.
we
Okay.
have the crew on, and they're understanding what's criticality of what is going on. We do have some other new members here. We welcome you, and Lindy is out there. So remember, let's always champion our young people. Let's see the other video. Why don't we?
Yes, it's cool.
And we'll get back to what Jazzy is saying. One moment. Let's see what the other video is saying. And that's
Hey,
what it's all about. I am so proud of these young people. And it
it
was
made me so
orderly.
happy.
Let's really call a spade a spade. It was really orderly.
Nobody got arrested. Nobody got hurt. There were about over 400 of them. And it's kind of, I take this from Hamilton, since you said I'm going to drop some bars. Said it's not the moment, it's the movement. And that's where somebody that wanted to prove something went. That's where they at. The kids were in the streets. Resist, resist, resist. Any way you can. And if the children can do it, damn it, we can.
Yes. And they're doing it orderly. It's not chaotic. They had their signs. They marched in a line. They went on mountains of snow to let their
And
voices.
they arranged it so that
Yes.
they didn't get in trouble for it.
No, not at all. And I like that the police did come to, just help them out, assist, make sure nothing go awry, which is
Right.
powerful. Let's see what Jazzy is saying. I saw a video today of what looked like middle schoolers attacking a grown man who attacked a young immigrant girl. The kids are all right. I hear you, Jazzy. They are all
And
right.
kids are powerful. They know how to gather together, and they got the internet down. All they gotta do is send a hooty hoo, and everybody say, what? Like the bat signal, and everybody start flying in. I'm just saying there's power in it. And there's power in the people. And again, we the people united can win, but divided we will fail. Period.
That's it. Let's read what Katie is saying. I saw a quote that said, I'll walk out seeing that movie even if I was on a plane. Now we back to Melania. I hear you, Katie. I hear you, Katie. We're going to get to that, so keep your jokes because we want to definitely highlight. Let's see what Lindsay is saying out there. Lindy, what you saying? Oh, it was Katie. There. Oh, I'm happy to see students getting out there. They definitely understand the assignment. There you go.
And the kids that go to that particular school, I'm not going to say they're rich kids, but many of them are from affluent families or at least upper middle class. And so I think that's even something to say because it's just a lot going on. And for them to come out there, and like I said, we're at sub-zero temperatures here. So they did what it do. They do what it do, baby.
Boom. I like that, Katie. They are not throwing away their shot. They
Nope.
shooting it with the
Okay.
right words. Well said, Katie. Well said.
Well, just
That's
like
it.
I said, the police are supposed to protect and to serve. And in Minneapolis, I felt like the police should have did more, and not just the public, the residents. We need to know the police are backing us in what we're doing.
Yep, absolutely.
Well, ICE is under scrutiny, as you can see. You
Oh,
can see that the Trumpstein administration is backing up a little bit. And they starting to get their life right, but just because they were getting watched because of the optics. But they said he's still on the other end, so that's a whole nother story. But there's, like you said, it's some backdoor stuff going on, and I don't know if he thinks we're stupid. We know you backing up because your ratings are low, not because you're gonna change shit, Trump.
I
That's
think
right.
we're having a Hamilton night. Okay. I like what Mama was saying, the wisdom of the older generation and the energy of the young is what we need to prevail.
And people should
Absolutely.
respect their elders. You need them for wisdom, because in this country, it seems like the people, they don't want to be bothered with seniors, and you do need seniors.
You absolutely do.
Plus, I'm gonna fuss about and take care of.
Uh-huh.
I learned a lot from older people. I got a lot of friends over 80, and I tell you, I always have. And I listen to them and the things they've said over the years. That some of them been gone. I only met them a couple times, but I remember stuff that they said. And even sometimes it was stuff that was even shocking to me. But it's just like, and they just people like us,
Yeah, I
you
like to
know.
read the comments. And the reason for that is because you took the time to put your thoughts down on paper. We're going to definitely read it out loud. At this point, we need real military to step up, not this fake BS. Word. That's a
Not to
word.
play army, not the army man. We playing army man.
You
I
hear
think
that? She
they'll
said,
be there when we need them. They know.
Be in the under the fort talking about the password. What is this? Come on, Heg Seth. They
"Ooh,
tripping.
they are tripping." Also, back over to Momo, there is so much wisdom from the older generation. You speaking truth to power there. That is so true. Sit down and make sure, pick an older person's mind, body, and spirit, and you'll be surprised what you walk away with. You will be surprised. All right, Angry Army Vet, what are you saying? Because we give you, thank you for your service. I'm loving sitting and talking to older people who have knowledge and wisdom. I prefer them. Even the stupid ones have knowledge and wisdom because you know what? They talking from their experience because
Right.
they regret what they have done. And it might sound like gibberish to you, but ask them the question, what are you saying? What did you experience why you feel that way? So I like that, Angry Army Vet.
I
Absolutely.
love old people sayings. It got me hot as fish grease. You understand? Fat meat's greasy. You understand? Put some meat on your head.
Oh, now that's powerful. Momo said, I was fueled by the stories I heard sitting at my grandma's knees. Okay. I don't like when she was doing my hair though, because she was like pulling it, like, girl, keep your head still and pump you with the thing. But
That's
yeah,
it.
that's it. That's it.
And see, I was raised where we didn't get involved in politics. My parents were conscientious objectors. However, so I didn't really pay attention. I paid attention, but I couldn't express what I was thinking or feeling toward it because it really wasn't welcomed. And
Please,
so
wait a minute. Dive right in. Don't mean to be rude. When you say conscientious objectives, explain that
they
further.
do not believe in lifting arms at somebody in war of any kind. So they won't own a firearm or use one. Like the guy who went on there's the real story of a guy who was one, but he had to go to the war because he got drafted and he went and he didn't use a gun and he lived and did all these amazing things. But that's what they call it, conscientious objectors, and they won't sign up for any wars. They don't sign up for the list, none of that. Won't go to any military, will not vote, anti-government completely. They don't vote. I was raised not to vote, all these things. So when I started doing it, it was terrifying to me. terrifying, very interesting. I just thought, and I thought people might see me because I had a smaller town and I had to grow out of that, and I'm out of it now. But I felt terrified. But I knew I had to start getting involved because it affects my life.
That's right. They want you not to vote, and that's what I learned. Because at one point I wouldn't vote, and I'm like, man, I need to make a choice myself and need to know I was a part of it.
Well, I'm glad I made the choice when I did. And the thing is, I was so secretive about it. And as you can see, I'm a mouth runner. I didn't tell that. I remember going into place feeling all scared but proud at the same time. And this was long before. This was in the. We ain't gonna tell my age. We're gonna say late '90s, early 2000s. But it was interesting. And then I felt like I was part of it. So now I feel like when I say things, I help to create that. I helped to vote on that no matter how it came out. So you daggone right, I'm going to say something.
Well, before we go into our next story on corruption, I would like you to please make sure you like, subscribe, and also comment. We want to hear from you. In order for you to be on this channel, we want to make sure that you're learning something, you're taking something away, and you're sharing your thoughts with everyone else because this is open-ended and we love hearing from you. So, like and subscribe, and here's our next video. Aundria, you want to set it up?
Well, Trump, I'll be so happy when we're no longer bothered with him. He said in his first term that he promised that his family would never do anything that would even be perceived to be explorative of his office or the presidency. But yet, every time we look up, by contrast, his second term looked crazy. He and the members of his family have signed a blitz of foreign mega deals shadowed by conflicts of interest, and they've launched at least 5 different with cryptocurrency enterprises, all of which leverage Trump's status as president to lure buyers or investors. Ethics watchdogs say that they and the president have nakedly exploited his position, or to such a scale, in layman's term, he's been hoodwinking us. We thought Trump was only worth $1.4 billion, but recently I found out he was now worth $4 billion. A man that has bankrupted every building, every business he's ever owned. He's filed bankruptcy 5 times, but he keeps grifting Americans. Now Saudi Arabia. He wants Venezuela president so he could get the oil, and now he wants Greenland. He's already started the plans for the mega resort, or the Middle Eastern resort, and they showed the plans. His son-in-law did all of that, and at the same time, he's stopping. Well, I don't know if if you are disabled, and you're under the age of 64, you are still required to work 80 hours a month, whether it be telephone, or he wants you out picking fruit or cleaning fish, or doing something. But if you're under the age of 64, the new law is to get disability, you still must work at least 80 hours a month. Well, and then I don't understand, well, what is disability? Because if I could work 80 hours a month, I could work.
Absolutely.
This president has no morals. He doesn't. Only thing he values is green. He's not. I don't. People say he's racist, but I think he loves green. I don't care who has it. If they got enough green, they his buddies. He goes all around the country. He's in the bed with Putin. He's in the bed with Kim Jong-un. Allegedly, but now they're saying that he also, in the deal he made with Saudi Arabia, had this chip that he didn't, that China was not supposed to get a hold of, and now they're afraid that China has gotten a hold of this chip, and the chip is in reference to AI and all the technical stuff that we didn't want them to get from us. So I don't know. We need to vote. We have to vote.
How
Don't
could
let
you?
don't let nobody tell you not to vote. The midterms are coming up, and we need everybody over the age of 18 to vote, even if it's your first time. If you need help, I took my granddaughter to vote for her first time. I
Yeah,
was proud. It was a good moment. I really enjoyed it.
yeah,
So
the vote has to be too big to rip. He cannot say, "Oh, he
yeah,
lost." We have to blow it out. It has to be a blowout. I don't care if you're independent. I don't care if you're Republican, Democrat. It has to be a vote that rips. You understand?
that's
It
right.
has to be
What
too
ticks me
big.
off, though, it should not have to be that, because in a democracy, if you're won over, you're won over. I'm tired of this thing. We have to acquiesce to press him, because what happens is it doesn't matter what we do, he changes the narrative to fit his agenda. It's kind of like you don't know if you put the hands up, hands down, move to the side, so you end up getting shot anyway. That's how I feel about this corrupted. That's just my opinion. I feel like he wants us to chase a bone that can't be caught, but he
You
keeps
are
dangling out in front
absolutely
of us.
correct. I will not say no to that. However, we need everybody on the ground.
We
I
need
don't care.
everybody.
We need them all to make that vote, make it count, make it stick, so it has no
Because he's
room. It
already
has
gotten the
too
voting
big.
machines out of Georgia, and
Yes.
he's already gotten the voting machines, and I mean, he's already setting up cheating right in front of our face. He does it right in front of our
Exactly.
face. He cheats.
Instead of focusing on the economy, focusing on food, focusing on healthcare, focusing on fuel, instead of
It's all
stealing.
about the art of the steal,
Just
not the deal.
focus on what you ran on. No, what he wants to do, his focus is on to cheat, to
Mhm.
steal.
And now he's talking about
Dog it.
suing Trevor Noah for saying he was on Epstein's island. It say it in the emails.
Mhm.
And God dog it, he continues to lie. I
Well,
think
He's a
that
lying is
nasty,
his
gross
second language,
man.
his first language, excuse me. But yes,
so
I need everybody to understand. Listen to what Andrea is saying on the corruption that is. If you don't know about it, we letting you know now. Don't say you didn't know.
this man went from only paying $750 in taxes, and I pay more in taxes myself than him paying. Well, he pays $0 now, and he's suing IRS for $10 billion. That
And
doesn't even
speaking of
make
that,
any sense. He's suing them for $10 billion. So again, a lot of this he's getting from foreign countries. A lot of it I've read or spoke of already. I just don't trust this first family. I don't trust anybody in the family.
don't trust them. I don't even trust the reporters in the room with him. Some of them, God help them. Because when he sits up there and says he gonna reduce things by 1,000%, somebody need to speak up and tell him, you sound stupid. They ain't even gotta say it that way. Sir, they can be respectful. You sound very badly, because that's not a thing. 1,000% you owe them money. So would you quit saying incompetent things? Sorry, I had to talk to the air, because the people got to hear what I'm saying. And he
Well,
just keeps doing these things and stealing in front of us. And this $28 million piece of crap movie. Yeah, we back to it again. That's all a grift. For
mhm.
what?
No, this is a good time to talk about it. So let's
And
look for
talking
Katie.
about
I think a movie about me would be more interesting. Well,
what it
hello.
would be, I would watch.
I would definitely watch
And just like the what's that center where he took over and want to change the name to
the
JFK
Kennedy
Center.
Center.
Yeah, the Kennedy Center. Well, now that he's messed that up already, and all the acts, all the people that were supposed to be doing their shows there, they've canceled, and so now it's going to be closed for 2 years for renovations.
And I'm gonna clap for Billie Eilish at the Grammys last night. Yay, Billie! I don't even really know what you're saying, but yay! And Bad Bunny. Bad Bunny thicker than a Snicker, but that's a story for another day. I did not
Bad Bunny say
know.
he gonna
He's
wear
a
a
good
dress.
bunny.
He say he gonna wear a dress to this. He gonna really get dressed up that night.
You see what Lindy is out there saying?
And
Too
that's what he
big
said.
to
It's too
rig.
big to rig. That's what the guy said.
That's
Yep.
it. Miles Taylor. He
He said
said
he gonna
too
say it
big
every day
to
until
rig.
the midterms come. He said it's too
And
big
we're
to
gonna
rig.
say it as well. We need to make sure it's too big to rig. We're
Too
gonna
big
blow
to
them out.
rig.
Go sit
Thank
down.
you, Lindy. This old brain be forgetting stuff.
Well, I said it earlier. Too big to rig.
I know. I said it too when you said it.
Yeah.
Uh-oh, I
And
said it. What you said. What you said it. And
but you
I'm
know
gonna
what?
tell you that you never will forget it. Sorry, I'm always in a video in my
And
head.
that's the thing too. Make sure you're still registered because
Yes, I want to
Yes.
he's
bring that up.
unregistering people. He's having people unregistered because he don't do it. He have somebody else do all his dirty work. If somebody's going to jail, it won't be him. He gonna send Michael Cohen or anybody else. And I was surprised when Michael Cohen flipped and went back to him.
Yeah,
Yeah,
something ain't right about that, but somebody that means he's a flawed individual more so than I thought. But I thought, well, we'll give him a chance because maybe he was caught up in the movement. But it turns out he's a dirty slug from front to back.
well, let's hold our judgment on that until, well, we do know your eyes are not failing you, but I'm pretty sure Momo is going to do a deep dive on Michael Cohen and she'll come back with that
Well, I
report.
Right.
was thinking that
Stay
he
tuned.
must know something about Epstein. The only ones that seem to be acting funny is they know something about Epstein.
And I'm sure Roseanne will definitely have some more
Mhm.
Yes.
information on the whole situation with Michael Cohen, but that's a whole nother show. That's a great idea, Momo. Yes, thank you, Mama, for those jewels, those rubies of wisdom. Let's go out there and see what else our fans. Please like and subscribe. Don't forget, we're trying to get our numbers up. Thank you for all 15 people that's out there, and also the other 30 that's trying to get in.
And the other years, Jazzy, he didn't pay anything. 2 years he paid $750 in taxes. And to only pay $750 in taxes mean you really didn't make that much money. You just made enough to pay some taxes. But the other years he didn't pay anything. But now he's worth $4 billion and he's only been in office for 1 year.
Now,
It
Will
makes it's
Spence,
like get out of here. Make me want to go into my butt. Get the out of here.
That's
Are
Will
because
you
Spence,
serious?
you
that's
know
why I
he
said
never
you
had
got the
any
right
money.
title, August. He is corrupt, and our kids are helping us out with the ICE. We need to slide them on
Well,
out.
they went through 4 grand juries to get somebody to say to go pick up Don Lemon the other day, and
Right.
it's all he willing to do that just to say something. You're a petty little female dog. You the what you call it not a money he's a money whore. There we go.
You're a male whore. That's what he is.
Oh, money whore.
They
And you
say it's
and
alleged. How is it alleged and you in every picture?
people going it's gonna come back. It's coming back, and it's gonna come like a fury. And some things you just can't stop, but it's gonna come in its own time because it's building. And I'm still seeing the signs up, but
Oh, I see
you
that.
surrounded
Well,
by
ladies,
people that's pedophiles, and most likely you either endorsed it or said something about it. It don't matter if you were there or not. You knew you're nasty.
you could look at the screen and hey, I
Yeah, I
told
was
you
just
our
saying.
local reporter, Momo, was going to have the tea. Michael Cohen was the lawyer that threatened, allegedly, the 13-year-old that accused Dump of grape.
Mhm, mhm.
So there you have it. Let's see who else is out there. Welcome, welcome, welcome. One of our
Hi,
sweet.
Marty.
Hey, Molly. So good to have you. And Molly is saying, I never trusted Michael Cohen. Word. Say it loud, Molly. Say it loud. Well, he knows he's in the Epstein file. So
That's what I said.
I think, yeah, like Aundria did say, Jim Acosta dropped him a long time ago. He's complicit. Yes, he is.
Because he was trying to
Mm.
get too close to Don, and it just, sometimes when people try to get too close to you, it's like, something wrong with this.
He was just so I don't know. Well, he was he would say one thing and then then it'd be taken up for him at the same time. And I'm like, I hear what you're saying, but what you're saying, there's some of it is fishy.
I love it. Momo saying, I'm trying to keep us on the air, Andrea.
Mhm.
Allegedly.
I'm
Okay.
trying to keep us on the air too. It's hard.
Let's see what Wally is saying. Thank you guys for your comments. Please make sure you like and
Hmm.
subscribe because you guys are definitely bringing the tea. Michael Cohen was Trump's fixer, absolutely, which means he did some horrible stuff. That's a character flaw.
Yes,
Word.
it is. It's a personality disorder.
And you see that Don is no longer doing that show with him. And I was so happy to see his buddy speaking up for him on his behalf. What's his name? They used to work on CNN together.
I don't think he had a problem with CNN the people. I think CNN the corporation is
Now,
who he
this
had a
was his
problem with.
buddy. This is his buddy. This was his close.
Oh, Chris Cuomo.
There you go, Chris. Him and Chris, and then Chris was like, "Nope, nope, hands off of Donald Trump. I mean, Don Lemon, hands off of Don Lemon."
Okay, at 46 MD, accusations are just that accusations.
I hear what you're saying,
Please,
but if you get 20 of them, it's starting to look sus.
please explain. Go a little deeper at 46 MD and welcome to the show. Thanks for making a comment. Let's see, Katie girl, what you got to say. Girl, don't get me started on Michael Cohen. No, we want you to get started.
Mm-hmm.
Keep it moving, keep it coming. And also, let's hear from our others while the team is listening in. All right.
Because I mean, Cohen went to prison for him,
Hey,
and
Dave
he's the one that
Andrews.
wrote the check. He wrote the check. He kept it quiet, and then he tried to go and be like the spook that sat by the door to get into everybody's room to see what they were saying about Donald Trump. And they
Okay.
found out what we thought about him. We don't think nothing of him.
Well, you
All
can
right.
ask me. I'll tell you in person.
Dave
Mhm.
Andrews feel that Jim Acosta is a chicken hawk. Okay.
And what does that mean? A
I was like, is that a good
He
thing?
needs to bring us back. Come on, Dave Andrews.
Mm-hmm.
You got to let us know a little bit more. We don't understand. Spot on, Andrea.
Mm-hmm.
That's
You can't. Like they said, everything that glitters is not
White
gold,
women
and
that
that's why I
come out
wanted
at 30
August to
years
show all
old.
that gold that was coming out that safe,
yeah.
because Donald Trump wants to take every dollar away from U.S. citizens, and then seniors won't have nowhere to stay. Kids, we was trying to get them in the preschool where they would start learning at even a younger age, and we would start to have before care and after care. On TV, they show where they did have aftercare for students is now empty because there's no programs to cover it anymore. And the parents, they don't have. He did it at a time where the father has to work, the mother has to work, and then they took away the
We
immigrants.
don't care.
I miss my immigrants. I miss them. The food truck not there no more.
Ah, okay. Well, at 46 MD, like women that come out 30 years after an alleged crime.
Please let me have 36 MD. 46 MD, how you doing? Nothing against you, but this is what I'm going to say to you is that it's very complicated, and some of the loudest things ever heard were never said. So sometimes it's things that you just won't understand unless you go through it. But what I can tell you is this, as a survivor of that, is that I am 50 years old and I deal with it every day. And so 30 years or 80 years, somebody should be accountable for these things. Now, why wait? It's a very traumatizing event. When you do it after 30 years, you're running the risk of people calling you a liar with no evidence and things being wrong. So it's a big risk. And I hear what you're saying. It's 30 years. I get what you're saying. But just remember, for the woman or the victim, if it's a boy or girl or whatever, it's a lifetime of pain. And that's after one time. Imagine if it was a horrible thing. And I'll say this and I'll be done. I always tell people, the women and the men who speak out about it, it's hard for people to listen to even what you say when you say it. You can't play it on things. It's not audible for most people because it would make them uneasy or disturbed. So imagine what it's like to live it. and then maybe you'll understand why it takes 30 years to speak it.
I hear you. That was word
and I'll
from
say
my
this and
own.
shut up. Chris Cuomo, the whole story has never come out about what happened between him and Don.
And that's their story to talk about.
Mm-hmm.
But she
They
can't
haven't.
put
Its whole story has never come out. They
but
both
she
have
can't put
not
her
talked
opinion
about
out
it.
there. So I hear you, Momo. You're saying that Chris Cuomo
He is
compromised
compromised.
himself. And
She
now he's
right.
sitting there at Newsmax. So that makes you go, hmm. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
but Chris Cuomo, hopefully
We
he
don't know the
will
whole story.
know the whole story. Absolutely. Let's hear what Marley's saying. And very defensive with Tara Palmieri. That is so true. Um, Cohen was very defensive with her.
That's what I was saying. He's very defensive with a lot of people about stuff, and it's like, so. Oh, I know Trump. He ain't like that, and I'm like, you can see that some so and so is like that. His SOB is like that. So what do you mean he's not like that? That means you covering up for it. And I started seeing cracks then, and I started watching like Mea Culpa and all that kind of crap. And then I was watching him on Midas Touch, and I was just like, I'll watch it when just Ben is on there, not him, because he wasn't. I wasn't feeling it. But anyway, he back where he's supposed to be.
Yeah,
All right. So Jazzy wants to know what in the world is a chicken hawk?
I asked the same question. I
A
didn't know.
chicken hawk is a big old. My grandfather had one in his he shot it and it was stuffed and it has a big wingspan and it looks like it's a big giant bird. I think it might be a bird that shows up after things die, and it's like a bird of, not a prey, but like scavenger. But don't get me the lion. But they're really menacing looking, but I don't know if they were or not. But I grew up with one with this wingspan like this, and I would not go in there by myself.
But the hawks come after they passed.
Yeah, that's what I think that they go and pick it up like roadkill and stuff. But
Oh,
But
it's a pretty good sized bird. I don't know if they still exist or not.
I
I
thought
want to make
buzzards
August.
picked
I
up.
want to make sure we get to that gentleman and his story
Oh
because
yeah, we will. We definitely have enough time. We definitely will. I
okay.
just want to put in Katie. I was sus when he was so wishy-washy on Epstein. How could he sit there and say, "Oh, I know nothing about Epstein"? Really?
Yeah, there, Cohen.
Yes, Cohen. We're still on Cohen. We're still on Cohen. Yes. And let's go over to the next comment. I want to get these comments in before we go. Welcome, trolls. Please like and subscribe. Absolutely. We welcome all our trolls because we want to hear what people are thinking out there.
Two
So we
Trolls was a good movie. I used to have them on my desk. They had wild hair. Gotta look on the upside.
and she's right. Your views are helping our algorithm. So we really welcome you. Stay tuned. Let's hear from you and let us know what your thoughts are because we're not shy. We will challenge you on your thoughts. Oh, FFS. Are you serious? This is why women are afraid to come out. Yeah, that is
What's
true.
the FFS?
It's not going to come out of my mouth.
I think it's like, yeah, we can't say it. I think
Yeah,
is what
you
I think
can't
it
say
is.
it.
You
You
have
can't
to
say
you have to
that.
text me.
Yeah, I came for him, but I'm just wanting to educate. I'm not trying to come for you 46. You know what I'm saying? I come for 47 because he ain't shit, but that's a whole nother story. But 46, you okay.
Well, I mean,
I get it if you don't understand it from the inside out, but I just want you to understand it's a very tricky thing. And it's some things you can't explain. You just gotta be there and just gotta understand it from the inside out. And that's my
well,
main thing.
it's not just women that don't come out. Men don't come out either. They said because they scared to come out because they say it's uncommon for a man to be raped.
Well, it's the same thing, and
Yeah,
it's
but
not
that's what I'm saying.
uncommon. It's less common, but it's that's what I said. It doesn't matter who it is. It's just the act of it and not knowing what the response of the people that you tell is going to be.
So,
And
Jackie, go ahead, Anitra. I'm sorry.
it's a very difficult thing, but I am from a place where I understand people don't understand, and so I'm not going to beat you down because I get it. You say 30 years you could change a person, but most times if the person is a sexual offender of some sort, they never stop because if you don't fix, you can't fix it, so it continues. So it's not something that just goes away. Some people can control it a little better than others, but
So, I want to answer Jazzy because Jazzy is spot on. If you have never experienced it, at 46, we're still like speaking to you and anyone else that have that type of ideology. You can't speak to someone's pain, to someone's experience, to someone's feelings. And you can't tell me, oh, well, I should have said I was raped right then and there. No, it doesn't work like that because
Great.
not everybody is able to express themselves. They have to deal with it internally in order to come out externally
Well,
with their
Tyler,
feelings.
Tyler Perry didn't come out for like 30 years.
I mean, there's a lot of people that
So
most
thank
people don't for years, and then some people do right away. It's a different life now too. You got to remember, back in the day, what went on in families or in towns was different.
Mhm.
And when you got the church covering it up, don't make me go there. It's
Okay,
just a
46.
lot of
Let's go
things
back.
that were taboo back then, and so the resources have changed, is what
Well,
I'm saying.
how long did the priests keep it a secret? You know, how long did the boys that were in the priesthood?
Well, thank you, 46.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
46.
So,
We
you
love
know, that's what
having
I'm
you.
saying.
It's
I mean,
okay. We
we
love
need
that
to
you're
be educated.
challenging us. We want you to continue to challenge us
Mhm.
because we're going to speak from our hearts and also from the knowledge that we have. So thank you, 46. Okay, the last one that I'm gonna put up right now before we go to our video, because definitely we want to share with you this next video that's coming up. 46, I was sexually assaulted at the age of 15. The first time I told anyone about it, I was 40 years old. It's traumatizing. If you've never been a victim, then you should not be passing judgment. All right. So 46, you hear from everyone tonight, okay? Just to give you some base knowledge and just to hear from some of those that have been traumatized, that have gone through it. So
The
let's
only bad thing about it is that the person keeps continuing to do it when we don't speak out.
right. And Momo, you know we love you. Thank you for sharing that intimate piece right there. But let's go to the video real quickly because we want to hear from this gentleman right here. Andrea, would you like to set it up or
Yeah.
would you like me just to play
And
it?
this one remind me of an incident that happened to me a couple of times when I was driving, you know, with people wasn't expecting and or living where people thought, oh, so you know, you never know. You just never know, and you can
The
play it.
Constitution was not made for you. You was deemed as less than 1/5
Oh, I hate this. Hang on one second.
of a human. All men is created equal. If you wasn't a man and was less than a dog, how was it meant for you? We the only ones on the planet that everybody hates. Why? I own this and everything that come with it. They'll put the truth in plain sight. I teach my grandkids. You start work at 18. You stay on the same job for 50 years. Say you're making $40 an hour. Okay. Mm-hmm. They taking a third of that in taxes. Okay. Wow. You pay taxes on everything, knowing taxes wasn't even made for you. But I never forget where I came from. I had somebody walk up on me and just looked at where I was dressed. And I went to the store just like this here. And they looked down upon me. And then I pulled out the car with no limit. They were like, huh? Next thing you know, the cops was in the store. I'm telling you honest God truth. For real? Next thing you know, the cops came in the store. They wouldn't even get my card back. This in Texas? I'll tell you exactly where I was at. If you go on Northwest Highway and drive towards where the Cheesecake Factory at, right, that mall over there, I went in there to get my wife a purse. Okay. The woman told me that, you know what I mean, maybe I had better luck at the Louis Vuitton store was right around the corner. Like I couldn't afford nothing in there. So me with my arrogance, you know, my own understanding, me with my arrogance, I go in my pocket, put the card, I can put the card in my car right there. Put the card down. You wanted 5,000 for the purse. Here you go. If you know the police come in, you reported a stolen credit card. Here's my ID to match it and everything. Now what was it stolen? Then the police going to ask her, well, do you want him trespass? When can the police solicitate a trespass against anybody. When there's 3 steps to it, ask me to leave. Yep. I come back. Yep. You trespass me. I leave. I come back. Now I'm subject to arrest. Yeah. I've been military police. Yeah. I got family in the police. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. I done been to prison. I done did the law stuff. All that. Be humble. It's a time to speak. Because right now, if the police came up and said something to us, asked me for my ID, I know I ain't got to give it to them. I done nothing. But I'm going to give it to you. I'll see you on the back end. The fight with you now is to make you say, well, I need to detain you. Yep. You're going to put me in cuffs. You're going to make my arm twist a little bit so I'm feel uncomfortable. Natural reaction is to do what? To resist. You know what I mean? To move, to make you feel comfortable. Mm-hmm. Stop resisting. And you notice they say it loud enough for people to hear.
Powerful. Mm-hmm. Powerful. So Andrea, finish.
You know, it reminded me, like I said, a couple of times I was, driving and the police pulled me over, and I'm wondering why they pulled me over. You know what they asked me? It says, is this your car? What? Is this my car? Man. And it happened again. I say, what? I had a friend, somebody trying to date me. You know what they said? Is this your house? Is this my house? Man, you sound stupid. They always think we don't have nothing, ain't about nothing. You don't have to wear your wealth on your back. Matter of fact, you don't want to wear it. You want to look, you can't tell what they got.
That man in that video, I actually follow him from time to time. He is with the singers, Tupac and Biggie and all them, and back in the day. This man has been places. He got that bread, but you would never know it by looking at him. But I'm gonna tell you what, every I'm gonna say white upper class CEO type person I've ever seen, when they show up somewhere, they are usually dressed the plainest of everybody. Mm-hmm. And got on something even raggedy sometimes. And they maybe they'll drive a decent car, but it's nothing major. And I noticed that. I notice it a lot. Mm-hmm. But then people don't want to rob you when you look like that either.
That's right. You can't tell what somebody got. But I don't like the fact that you just judge me based on what I'm wearing, what I'm not wearing, or where I live. The last place I lived, the lady kept her money in the freezer, and the maintenance guy stole it from her. But you couldn't tell by where she lived. You couldn't tell by where she lived that she had all that money.
You wouldn't know it.
You can't look at people and tell nothing. And he shouldn't have been. How you gonna take a card out at a store, at a department store, and he know how much the purse costs. And then she said, "Why don't you go to Louis Vuitton?" The lady was saying was, "You're not gonna get away with this here. Maybe you'll get away with this at the Louis Vuitton store." But and he not knowing, she'd already called the police. Or when the police come up and they stop you, if you don't show them the ID, they're just gonna harass you. They're just gonna harass you.
Day before yesterday, I used $100 bill at the store. The lady, when I came up there, she asked me, "Does it have the blue?" I mean, she acted kind of funny. Mm-hmm. I said, "Will you take the 100?" Because it was it was going to be quite a bit I was spending. And she said, "Does it have the blue string in it? Because if it doesn't, I can't take it." I get that, but it was just weird. And she put it through everything but an X-ray.
Well, she got the pen. She could have marked on it. So
she marked it, held it up, did all kind of stuff. She put it through this blue thing.
Why didn't you just put the marker on it? You'd have known right away without even asking me that. I get mad when they do that with me with a $20 bill.
That's not her money. That's the thing. This is what I said. And people may disagree, but this is what I told the last person to discriminate on me like that. You're a cashier.
Mm-hmm. And you funny. That was funny.
You work here. You don't own this. Mm-hmm. So when you go home, this ain't your stuff. So just because you work at Chanel don't mean your name is Chanel, Julie.
That's right. I was in a T-Mobile. It was a Sprint at that time. And the way this guy was talking to me, young white guy was talking to me, I said, "You know what?" I said, you don't never know who you talking to. He said, what you say? I said, you don't never know who you talking to. You don't never know if you're talking to your boss or the CEO of the company or who you don't know who I am.
I was flirting with this man a splash. I was real excited this morning, flirting with this man at a stoplight, and I was like, "Ooh!" And then I started acting like I was in the movie National Lampoon's Vacation when Christy Brinkley went past, except for without the topless stuff. And I was like, "Woo!" acting silly. So I had a panel. I was going to an interview, and it was a panel, maybe 5 or 6 people. And when I sat down, who was sitting there? And I went, "Oh no!" He looked at me, and I was like, I got the job, but oh my goodness!" I was like,
Woo!
"Ooh." And I
Yes.
called him. I said, "Hey, chick mom cheeks," because he had these cheeks.
But I just want to get back to this man's story. I think that just when he pulled out the card. If you didn't trust his card, then ask for his ID. If his ID matches his card, then what's the problem? You call the cops, and then the cops come.
She called the cops first.
You want to trespass me? I'm like, really? Because the man is dressed. No one said you have to walk in the store dressed a certain way.
And he was missing like about 5-6 teeth. And she like, that don't mean nothing. Don't mean he ain't got no money.
But it was a problem because she called the cops on him. For 46, you're right. It shouldn't be a problem. However, because of how he was dressed and how he looked, she had a problem. So she called the cops. And instead of the cop looking at it and running his ID, the cop should have said, well, he's valid. Here you go. But because they have that clause, they do not have to serve you. That goes into play as well. So keep that in mind.
And when he said I was by that mall, I said, oh, he was by Friendswood Mall off of 45, and it's a predominantly white neighborhood. I know what you're talking about.
And I understand checking your stuff to make sure you don't get scammed, but there's limits to that. And I'm just tired of being, I'm noticing that, like I said, more emboldening the people. People are acting out. The whole Jamaica shake I went through the other day at the restaurant. Why are you calling Jamaica when you know it's Jamaica? Why are you playing with me? I don't know what that was supposed to do to me, but the reason I know it was a joke was because the person finally said, I'd like a large Jamaica shake. So you know what you're saying. So you're trying to be funny for some reason, but I'm noticing a lot of little digs, and I think it's just emboldening. But and I'm in Indiana, so that has a lot to do with it too.
And I'm from Indiana.
Oh yeah, that does have a lot to do.
It's very red.
But I want to talk about Lindsay. I like your little comment, and Lindy is saying that's just why Hobby Lobby, for that same reason. That's why over $20.
She said it was real, by the way.
The 20 was real, but
or you go to a restaurant and I say, can I have some extra meat? And they say, well, that's $5 more. I ain't asked you how much it was.
Yeah, and okay. Yeah,
I just say, I know you're gonna have to charge me for it, but I need that meat on there, okay? Because they start acting like they own the ketchup, and I'm like, I used to work in places like this. There's a way to do things, but anyway, that's a whole nother story.
I really love Jazzy. I would have gave her $100 in all singles.
Like 1, 2, make it rain.
Questioning me. Now that's sneaky. I love that. That is good. Now that one makes me smile. She said, "Let it rain over
okay. Hey.
It's funny that the person that pulled
break it up.
The person that pulled the gun out on you is in a 3-piece suit.
Yeah.
Did you hear me, Anitra? The person that pulls a gun out on you in the bank is in a 3-piece suit.
Okay, Lenny from JCP. Remember Lenny from A Good Times? Lenny was a thief, but Lenny was cleaner than the Board of Health.
Okay.
Lenny said, hey, if Lenny don't have it, you don't have any. Get it from Lenny. But I'm just saying, but if you saw him, you just thought he was a cool cat, maybe a pimp. But he just sold things. You just never know who you're running into. And
Absolutely.
a lot of people think because you're doing something, you're out doing this or you're doing that. And sometimes it's almost like, why I don't understand in this day and time why some people think that some black people can't be on the come up, or brown people, period. I ain't gonna say just black people, brown people. And I don't understand that. Why can't I be on the come up? And why I gotta do something illegal to be on the come up? It can't just be that I work hard.
3A's. Let's take a pause while we ask everyone to like and subscribe. And I just want to shout out at Mom's Fat. Are you talking about you, yourself, and I as racists?
Mm-hmm.
Check yourself because you're about to wreck yourself. And thank you for joining the channel. Let's go on to the other comment. Katie, you are so right. The cops should have done their job. I've noticed car dealerships do that too. They
And don't be a woman on top of it.
bring up payment plans. Like, excuse me, how do you know I don't plan to pay in cash or that I don't have all the money?
How do you know I'm talking about a white person did that to me?
I might have a cashier's check. I might be able to, pull it out. I might ask, or hey, could you bring in the suitcase for me, please? Like, come on. Like, you're right, Jazzy. They're always trying to play people.
And I want for the record everybody to know that this is not about a monolith of a white people. When other groups do things, it's individual. When brown people do things, it's all of us. And that's generally how it's done a lot of times. And so I never want that to be the case, but it's the person I'm dealing with at the moment. Anybody support them. So if you support them and I say bump them, bump you too.
So Katie, let's hear why you're honestly nervous to leave the house. What's up? What's going on with that? Because of the type of rhetoric is being said? What's going on? Talk back to us, Katie. And while Katie comes back to us with that answer, child, I'm at an age where I will tell them about themselves in a heartbeat. Let's drop the clue on that. Absolutely.
And the person that said we are 3 old racist women, I didn't say what nationality did that to me. I said people assume that you don't have nothing and they don't know nothing about you. That's what
sometimes it is a black on black crime.
Sometimes it is.
Black people are racist too, and so are Asians and Mexicans, and white people not the only races in this country.
Well, that's why I said what I said to them. They're wrecking themselves because they don't know us.
Yeah.
So anyway, I walked into the car dealership with a check that cancels them out real quick. I hear you, girl. Feel you. I feel you on that. That's how sometimes you got to play your card. You got to play them close to your chest. I am loving the comments. Please make sure you like and subscribe because we're definitely talking the real deal. You're not going to be able to talk what you want to say other pace. Girl, you need extra steps, not extra meat. I am loving this troll. I
lost over 100 and some pounds. I'm gorgeous and I'm the fittest I've ever been. So if you got something to say about that, boo. Besides that, I will tell you this: the happiest people on earth is big black women. We ready to go. We got our nails and our toes done, and we out there. We like boom, love us. Get our hair done. So that's not gonna work here, but nice try, brother or sister. I'll pray for you.
You will. You'll pick them.
You about to pick them, but it's okay.
That's you about to pick them. You just didn't know you picking them. Like it makes the day go by. Gives us stuff to think about and say.
Not crops. Not crops. Oh, have pint now.
Upset about that? No, we thank you. You have to subscribe in order to be on our channel.
That's right.
And, we love trolls because we get to hear exactly how they feel. Now they talking about our weight. Now who is the childish one? All right. Now let's get back to you again. Let's move on. All right.
He got the same joke.
That's right, Mina. Aunt Mina said ice out. Out. Right. We'll holler at you. Deuces.
That's
okay.
That's it. That's the mentality. You know what? Well, we do love our trolls because they keep us going. Katie's saying, as a pregnant woman and seeing how people are being attacked, I'm afraid my baby will get hurt. I hear you. Okay. That makes a lot of sense, Katie. And you know what? Your self-preservation comes first. Your mind, body, and spirit needs to be of one. So you have
You
to
may
be
not want to protest, but you still got to. I hope you coming out the house because that's not an option.
Yeah, you got to come out
You
and
got to keep moving, or else they win. We're not
can't
gonna
live
let
in
them win
fear.
this.
the,
You can't resist as easy from inside the house, but you mean
Yeah.
we got to keep up the movement. I mean, we got to get out here in the streets.
If we thought like that, we'd all still be in the
no,
house.
you are right. You do have babies that need you, but you get out with your husband. You guys definitely. You always make
Pepper
sure.
spray and some kind of weapon, you'd be all right too. They take you something with you if you don't feel safe, but get out there.
It
And if
is
you see something popping
unnecessary.
off, be on your P's and Q's. You see something
But
Gary
it's
pop off,
understandable.
bounce.
I'm not going to push you out there. If you don't want to be out there, you can help otherwise. You can always send a donation. Your
And
pockets can help.
But I believe in the
Absolutely.
power of God, and people tell me they believe in God, but see, I believe that God will help me while I'm out there. I just, I had 3 sons, and I was, I'm like, okay, we still got to go outside, whether I'm scared or not.
Anyway, I put them up there because I want you guys to see what's being
Yeah,
said.
we want to see it.
It's all good.
Absolutely. Momo, that's right. A limited intellect when you have to resort to personal insults. You paid a thank you, Momo, for dropping the word on that.
That's what I said. Who said crops? Mom, Paul, we coming home. We fixing to get us some of these here victuals and make us some grub. The hell, some crops. Old Plum Creek, and and I love Little House on the Prairie, so you right up my alley. Going down to Hester Sue's and get us some soup.
And
That's
everybody don't
sweet
make
of
it to
you.
the age you wish.
They're enforcing our laws. You know what? Thank you, Jazzy. Thank you, Jazz. Jazz, you
The
are.
thing is, they're creating the laws that they're enforcing, and the thing is, you don't really want them to disrespect the Constitution because it's going to affect you and how you live your life, and it's going to change it and the whole structure of it because it's already changing it. The future we're preparing for doesn't exist. We don't know what it's going to be now because of all the changes. So you gonna mess around and mess yourself up, and they say, chickadee, check yourself before you wreck yourself. Because getting on my nerves is bad for your health.
Wow, Katie. I'm sorry to hear that. That had to be
Happened.
scary. If you look up in your rearview mirror and you see a black SUV, but there are black SUVs out there, so I do understand. Makes
Oh,
sense
God.
that we can understand your fear. I'm sorry you.
Yeah, that would be scary. Yeah, girl.
A black SUV behind you. I think sometimes we need help to get over fear.
And I drive a black SUV, so it ain't me. I'm just saying it may not be nothing, it may be something. So just be aware.
So guys,
It could be somebody protecting you from something too.
I'm going to end with this one from Andrea. You want to set it up?
Hell, I forget. Oh, yeah, I love this one. It explains itself. I love me some Obama.
All
And
right.
I did love Becoming the other night, and thank you for everybody that watched it.
I'm here and I'm so excited. Come here. Oh, can we get a picture? Oh my gosh, it's like the best day of my life.
Hello, everybody.
Mm.
What? As we approach Veterans Day, I wanted to stop by and just say thank you for your extraordinary service to you, your family.
Freedom, peace, hope, and charity.
President, how are you? I'm Dan Bishop. Dan, good to see you. We get a picture with you? Good to see you. Camden. Good to see you, Camden. Brandon, Camden, Brandon.
That's it.
Yes.
That's what we're talking about.
That's a president.
That's
And
what
he,
we're
and he wasn't perfect, but he did the best he could with the time he had, I feel.
And he didn't take us for $4 billion either.
And he didn't do any harm, I don't feel.
Mm-hmm.
First, do no harm, Donald.
Well, we are at the end of it, and we would like to definitely go around and do our roundtable. But first, we're going to start off with our comment section. We want you to like, subscribe, and send a comment out real quickly so we can highlight it and let everybody know what you're thinking before we go off the air. I watched Becoming again and this weekend, and yes, it definitely was worth watching. It had a story. I didn't need to look at hat boxes from what somebody was saying about um, others' favorite friend. Let's see who else is out there. That's so awesome. Hopefully, you guys, if you get a chance, take a look at Becoming. Take a look out there. There's some movies that is there. The Rip is good. That's a good one. The one that I really enjoyed was His and Her. So if you get a chance, all these are
That
out
was
there.
good.
Netflix. So take a look at Netflix and try to catch up on some of your watching.
Thank you, Monique.
Aundria, I'm gonna go to you real quickly.
You know, I'm worried about my girl Katie because I don't want her to fear the world, because if I hadn't have left outside the house, I wouldn't have got to be the person I am today. And I didn't want to bring my children up in fear. I made sure I had pictures of them. They have the pictures that you can get your kids to take at a certain age, and something happened. I did that part, but I don't. If you don't get out the house, you'll never experience life. And travel, I love to travel, and travel is what opens up your world. And music, I love music, and you love music. So I'll be prayerful about that subject for you. Love you, Katie.
All right, Anitra.
So I want everybody to hear what I'm saying. Continue to resist the resistance to resist. Resist. Fight. Stand up. Do what you can. We got the kids doing it. We got the old people doing it. We got the middle people doing it. We just need more of it. So everybody, when you can, no matter where, resist. And remember, it never, just because nobody's seen it, don't mean it didn't make a difference. Okay? Thank you all. And I love you. And I pray you're safe and well taken care of.
Well, Katie, this is the village, and as they said, we do have your back. And Jazzy said it as well. Those are roving reporter, Angry Army Vet. Thank you for showing up, Marley, and also thank you for all those who just tuned in tonight. We really had a wonderful time with you. Please, always, we'll be out here on Tuesdays. The Triple A's will definitely bring other topics to you as much as we can. And please make sure you like and subscribe. You'll see us tomorrow, Wednesday.
And get a whistle.
Yeah.
I got one. Blow the whistle. Where'd you get that from? Hey.
But also, I would like to finish in saying thank you definitely for joining. We're out here on Wednesdays and Fridays as well, but that Fridays is Voices from the Edge, and Wednesday is We the People Unite. The entire team joins us on Wednesdays. You do have other channels like Millennia Gaze. You can catch Katie out there with that, and May Money. Thank you so much for joining us, and we look forward to seeing you again. Time now is 8:39 on the East Coast. I'm your host, August. Have a good day.
We the people unite.